We live. We live.
Back to back.
Yeah, we back to back. We back to back.
Oh, no, you're not back to back.
Nah,
Georgia's back to back.
Nah,
Georgia's back to back. What's up, everybody? We are back to back. Yeah. Them dogs. But as usual, it's Kreative NoTice podcast, man. We always gonna bring that heat, bring that juice. It's your boy Adrian, Jeff, Bobby, and as always, we're on top of the game. So yeah, man, let's go ahead and dive into some things. So we got a good show for y'all. Georgia demolished the Horned Frogs. Stetson Bennett is the greatest football player of all time. NFL playoff picks, some college football playoff discussions since expansion. Is it really going to help? And then that NFL coaching vacancy. These owners are crazy. But let's go ahead and jump into it, man. So right off the bat, the greatest. It was a lopsided game. I agree with y'all on that. It was very lopsided.
Yeah.
65-7. Georgia demolished TCU. What do y'all got to say about it, man? What do y'all think?
It was a horrible game.
Kaka.
It was a horrible game.
Yeah. We gonna let you run with it. This is
Yeah. It's your show, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially the back to back. You like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're excited. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I tell anybody, man. I think the Ohio State game versus Georgia, that was pretty much your national championship game. Hell, you could have had the TCU versus Michigan. Could have been your national championship game. I just feel as if I was a little nervous with this game, but it just showed on the field that even with this 14 playoff and everybody trying to get this Cinderella story to sell, it comes down to talent and players and skills, man. And Georgia just outweighed TCU by a very large margin. I mean, this is no more different when Alabama played Notre Dame in 2012. It's the same thing, man.
No. This is way different, bro. This is 65-7.
Hell, Alabama, what was it? 55-10, I think.
Yeah, but games, this is where people shouldn't be involved in the actual playoff discussion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that they had a little 3-year run, but they was never worthy of a championship game, and this proves it. They're tapping out at halftime, and ain't never seen nothing from there and then.
The playoff committee picked who they picked. Everybody's pointing their fingers at the playoff committee. This is what everybody asked for. This is what everybody asked for this. Everybody says, let's get the teams in here who we don't ever see. Let's have a Cinderella story. Well, this is what you get with a Cinderella story. She never finds her glass slipper. It's always crushed. That's what happens. I'm being directly honest. TCU is still a good team. You can't take what TCU did. That's why, before we go any further with Georgia, TCU is still a good team. You cannot take away what they did all season long. You cannot take away what Max Duggan went through. Max Duggan was benched after being a starter the year before. Come back in because the quarterback who took his starting job got injured. And he still led that team to multiple comeback wins. Now, you cannot take that from TCU. You cannot take the fact that they beat Michigan because Michigan blundered that game away themselves. Their head coach flopped on that game. So that's not TCU part. They executed on what they're supposed to do. If a team makes mistakes, they executed. Georgia seen TCU had a lot of exposure to be exposed in. They executed. It happens. But you can't – this is what everybody asked for. Everybody asked for put these type of teams. Same thing last year with Cincinnati. Everybody prayed, Cincinnati deserved it. Cincinnati got in. What happened? Alabama just slowly demolished them. They just ran the ball. They didn't do nothing else. No passages run. This is what happens. You ask for it, this is what you get. TCU is a good school, but
I don't think I asked for it.
I just you know what? I'm just talking shit, but I just wish it was a better game. It was the last round, last weekend, or what it was both games when TCU played Michigan and and the Bulldogs play Ohio State, that felt like the championship to me. Even though my team Michigan lost, but I mean, it just shows. I mean, from what you and Jeff have been saying since the beginning, it comes down to that conference and the Bulldogs. And recruiting. Like I said, they got 5-star. Like I think Adrian, you were saying in the beginning of the year, it's tough when you can go to your bench and they're still 5-star recruits. So it's like basically like TCU is never getting a break because you never get like, okay, I can at least get a break because a second tier guy is coming in. No, they're all 5 stars. So and that's due to the conference and recruiting and so many other factors. But I just wish it was a better game. I mean, 65-7. Good Lord,
And this goes back to what we discussed weeks back as far as I told you how I felt as far as the SEC is being a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see that they're controlling the championship run right now.
Yeah.
You tell me when the last time you seen another conference win a championship other than the SEC?
Clemson.
Yeah, but that was when
2016 and 2019.
Yeah, but
2019.
1981?
No, 2016.
19, LSU won.
LSU was the 18 season. 18-19 season, whatever you want to call it. 2018 was it was LSU 2019.
Clemson only won one
then
time,
it was
bro.
Clemson won twice.
They won
2018
twice.
2016.
Oh.
That's what it was. 2018, 2016.
Both with Trevor Lawrence, though, right?
No, one was Deshaun Watson.
One was Deshaun Watson, the other one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Right there. Calm down. We know your Jags in the playoffs, but we gonna get to calm down.
But hey, this is what I want to say. Like you had said, Bobby. Like this is my point when everybody. That's why I say everybody wants this Cinderella story, which is fine. Quit calling it a Cinderella story. You're hyping like TCU was on a stage that they've never been on before. A stage that none of them never seen. Even with the transfer portal kids they had, they've never seen it. You see what I'm saying? Only maybe a few might have seen what it's like to play for a national championship, but they probably didn't even play. They were just on the bench. And then when you watch this game, like I watched the whole 65-7 game. I watched that whole entire slaughter. And the reason why I watched it because I just wanted to see who was we going to see playing next year and the year after that. Yeah. And Georgia bringing in their second string, third string lineman with their second string, third string running back, and he gets a touchdown. Second string quarterback, second, third string wide receivers, tight ends, and then they putting in their second, third string defensive players. It's just this is what a lot of people should have. Some people expected it, and some didn't. Some people really thought this was going to be a story where, TCU they've been in a lot of close games, and they're not afraid. They'll keep fighting. Yes, until your will to want to fight is done. And when they went to the halftime and with the way they were walking into that tunnel, their will was broken. They didn't have no more fire in them. Yeah. And Max Duggan, I give it to him, he had all the juice in him to continue to want to fight and continue to want to play. Yeah. But his team did not want to play. They wanted to end that game in halftime. The coaches even agreed to have a running clock going into after the halftime. They agreed to continue to have running clocks. I don't know if anybody paid attention to it, but every time the players even ran out of bounds, the clock still kept going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. At the halftime, I was pretty much done.
Yeah, I wasn't. I stayed there and watched that.
Of course, you're a homer, so you got to watch that.
I mean, no. It's just like I really wanted to see who was going to be the next second string, third string players to come in. I really wanted to see who was going to play. That's why I just kept watching it. I agree. The game was done in the third quarter. I mean, the second half. Look, was it a good game to watch? No. It was a waste of everybody's time. I'm sorry. This is what everybody wants. And then everybody's going to do the same thing for the 12-team playoffs. Oh, this is really good. It's going to give all the teams these opportunities. Okay, and you're going to still have your juggernauts, your Ohio States, your USCs, your Clemsons, your Georgias, your Alabamas, your Michigans. You're still going to have them same juggernauts who either going to have the top 4 spots, get a bye, and then the other teams are going to have to play up against them, and then you're going to have this 1 or 2 Cinderella stories coming up in there, and they sneak on by and get in, and then when they go to meet up one of these top real teams that's in the top echelon of the picking fruit, then it's going to have one of these 65-7 games. We might see one in our lifetime, might be 100-0. I wouldn't be surprised we see 100-0 blowout. Oh, shit. Okay. This was 81. Hell, wasn't too far off. 65.
So the real question is, how far can they take it?
Who, Georgia?
Yeah, that's really the
Well,
real.
see, yeah, and that's a good question. So, I mean, I don't think anybody really expected Kirby and Smart and Georgia to go to back-to-back like they did. But the way Georgia is set up, man, they are set up to continue to be successful. But this really depends on how Kirby continues to, like he said, he's going to have to change the message. The message can't be the same for this team because this team is going to be different going into a new year.
Yeah.
So it's going to be even harder challenge because he might not want to be defending 2 national championships, but everybody's going to be gunning to outdo Georgia. So anytime, every team that plays Georgia, they're going to bring their A game, no matter what. They're going to bring their A game. I don't care. Everybody's at this point is going to want to beat Georgia. Everybody's going to want to beat Georgia because don't nobody want to see Georgia in another championship. And if Georgia were to do a three-peat, Lord have mercy, you're going to really have teams gunning.
Who was the last team to do a three-peat? Has that ever happened?
Shit, man, that's a good question. Jeff, you know?
No,
I don't. I mean, I wouldn't know, but I just, I wonder who was the last team to do three, because I think Georgia is very, very. I mean, just by watching that game, I mean, a lot of these players are not going nowhere. They're coming back, and I know,
we know Stetson Bennett ain't coming back.
Yeah, he's not. But that's another one. I wonder who's going to be the quarterback. But it just seems like with the system that Kirby set up, I think anybody can thrive in it.
He's bringing that Alabama product to Georgia, so that kind of structure, that's based on winning championships. So it makes sense.
There's been no team in the AP modern rankings.
Yeah, I figured that.
The only ones who really did it before that was Minnesota and Army, and we know what those two programs are like.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting. I mean, they have they're gonna go in with the number 1 ranked team next year, right?
Yeah, they'll be ranked number 1.
Yeah,
they'll be ranked number 1.
I mean, hey, I'm not mad at the Bulldogs winning. TCU took my Michigan out, so I don't care about TCU. But I just wish it was a little bit of a better game. But hey, I just don't see the Bulldogs going nowhere no time soon.
No.
No time. They're gonna be like the Patriots dynasty, the Warriors dynasty.
I wouldn't call them a dynasty right now.
Whoa.
I heard. So I listened to this one podcast. He made a good point. He said a dynasty you should at least have 3. If Georgia gets 3 in this era, then we can start talking dynasty.
No. I said I was saying they're going to become a dynasty.
You mean 3 like in the next, like within a 5-year time span? Am I correct?
No, it's very possible. Yeah.
In the next 4 or 5 time span, they might get it. They might just get it next year.
That's what I'm saying. It's a very.
It just all depends on. I know, Jeff, you don't think so, and you didn't think so that we was going to win another one. So just say you don't think.
I barely escaped Ohio State.
Oh man, everybody acts like Ohio State was like trash.
I'm just calling what I seen, bro. I mean, it's a couple people that gave y'all some actually good games this year.
It was only really one, and that was Ohio State, and 2 Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the Bulldogs are gonna. I don't know if they're gonna win next year, but they'll get either one next year or the year after next. I mean, I don't see them slowing down.
We really thought that with Clemson too. You know what I'm saying? When they had their own squad in Alabama,
but they weren't like this though, Jeff. Like Alabama, different. But I can't.
Alabama's been actually. I know they the dynasty.
I know. Oh no, for sure. I'm just saying, but I don't know. Again, my experience is like I'm talking. I've been watching college football for the longest, but I keep tabs on it throughout the years. But watching how they play, and again, man, how their benches and how they recruit, and I mean, who doesn't want to go to Athens? I mean, it's the product is already sold.
Athens is not a hot commodity place. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I know it's not. I'm just talking about.
Actually, it is. Athens is. A lot of kids want to go to Athens.
That's what I'm saying. Kids. It's
a lot of kids coming out of high school.
Yeah,
want to go and play in Athens.
They're gonna get the experience, man. And then they got world-class facility as far as gym and training, and I mean, I don't know, man. I don't think they're going nowhere anytime soon, but you know,
I mean, we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Only time will tell.
Yep.
God, dog, boy. The hate. I've never smelled so much hate and seen it in my life for Georgia. I've never seen.
I mean, bro. I'm first of all, I got a team in the SEC. You think I'm finna sit here and go get all this Georgia love all day? No, I'm glad y'all won. Whoopie doo. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna sit here and give y'all kudos all night. You happy you won? 165-7. Gloat and your Royal Oaks. You know what I'm saying? Let's move on. I'm happy to see one of your teams thriving. I can give you that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna get out the Falcons. So I'm just happy. I'm happy to see that.
I can see the Falcons doing something next year.
Possibly.
Yeah. But it'll be another topic.